Welcome to the Pixel Therapy Plays, our Let's Play series here on the Pixel Therapy Pod YouTube channel, coming to you live pretty much every Monday and Wednesday. We're also a monthly podcast that's queer and cozy and all about video games and our complex relationships with them. So be sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube, ring the bell for notifications, and if you like what you see here, come check us out on patreon.com/pixeltherapypod or your podcast platform of choice. I'm your co-host, Jamie, pronouns she, her.
And I'm your co-host, Spencer, pronouns they, them.
Do you agree that people should check us out on their podcast platform of choice?
They should.
Okay, good. I saw you nodding along to my spiel. Yeah. Spencer, we're here to play some Banishers tonight. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden.
I love their love.
You love... Yes, they do have a beautiful relationship, our two main characters, Antea and Red. This is the game that we're playing for the podcast for this month for our next public episode. Spoiler for folks who are following along. So I was playing it anyway and figured we'd show you guys a little bit of it.
A peek.
Yeah. I'm just going to be jumping in where I'm at, which is, I don't know. Well, you said you were looking at the stats. How many hours into the game are we?
About 16.
Oh my God, really? Already?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Time flies
okay.
when
I don't feel like I'm very far in the game.
No,
I think this is kind of a long game. Whew, okay. Yeah, I thought this was going to be more like Vampire, which was like 20-ish hours. And I think this is a much bigger world. And I'm definitely spending a lot of time like wandering around finding things, which I'm having a lot of fun doing. But it's definitely ballooning. Yeah. A gun to my head, I would not have guessed 16. I would have guessed 5. Wow. I mean, maybe 5 to 7 hours of story in there, and then a lot of like wandering around and fighting things. Maybe?
I mean, I feel like I've been sticking pretty close to the narrative path, and I mean, I'm right up there with you, 16 hours. But I also just checked the map, and the map very helpfully was like, "You've discovered 9% of the world." And so, yeah, I think we're in it.
I don't think there's any way I'm finishing this before we do the recording.
No.
Because at the same time, as I was saying on Monday, Helldivers 2 has me by the balls, and I'm really enjoying it. Ooh, okay. Well, I guess we'll do what we can. That's hefty, man.
Yeah.
I am also sitting here looking at this loading screen and realizing that the cave is the shape of Antea's head.
Oh my God, I just realized that.
Yeah. So a little bit of background on this game for folks who aren't familiar with it. You, Red and Antea are Banishers, which I don't know if these are real types of people that existed like back in the day, if this was a thing or not, or if this is just totally made up. But basically, Banishers within the world of the game are somewhere between like a witch and a priest ? Like they're people who are like almost like mercenaries who are specifically trained to help deal with hauntings. And they're called Banishers because a lot of times they find a haunted person, they help them, or I guess they're kind of like witchers, but for ghosts instead of monsters
that people hate less.
Yeah, people hate them less than witchers. But anyway, they come in, they assess the situation, they figure out why the haunted person is being haunted. They may even talk to the ghost if the ghost is capable of that. And then they can either ascend the ghost, which is to basically send it to heaven, give it like a peaceful resting place and like let the soul rest. Or if necessary, if the soul deserves it, they banish them, which is implied to be less friendly to the ghost and sends them to hell, maybe sends them into
somewhere bad,
just like perpetually bad space. And this isn't really a spoiler. Very much like within the very first section of the game, Antea and Red show up to New Eden, which is a colony in the U.S. Or what is now the U.S.
New
at
England.
the time. New England at the time of this game. And the colony is New Eden is going through some pretty serious haunting signs. They have a friend who was living there who had written to them asking them to come help him. He's also a banisher. When they get there, their friend has died already, has been killed by the haunted presence. And in the process of their first encounter with it, Antea dies. And Red is like thrown to his death, manages to survive, is saved by a local witch named Seeker, and quickly realizes that Antea is haunting him now. But she's chill. She's not she's not being awful or anything yet. It's very beautiful that they get to still be together, even though she is definitely like dead. And they kind of set up this idea even before Antea dies that it is potentially possible to bring a ghost back from the dead, but it would require sacrificing many living people, because ghosts feed on the essence of living things to stay around. So you kind of have this conflict of whether or not Red will try to bring Antea back, or if they are ultimately building up to a situation where he lets her go and she goes peacefully. But for now, where we're at in the game, she is helping Red, and the two of you are working together, and you as the player control both characters. And you can kind of toggle in between them. Was that a good setup? Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, maybe just because it's Don't Nod, you've got this very fun Life is Strange-esque decision-making choices that happen, pivotal moments that are going to change the course of the game, we think. And so, yes, choices you make are going to walk you down a path towards either bringing Antea back to life, at great personal sacrifice, or letting her move on at the end of your journey. So we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. So we're picking up with Red. I am slowly working my way back to New Eden after. So basically, when we engaged with it's called the Nightmare, the entity that's haunting New Eden. When we engaged with it, it killed Antea and threw Red out of a building into the ocean, and he got washed up several miles down the shore. And so you're kind of working your way back through all the woodlands and stuff, trying to get back to New Eden. And of course, encountering, lots of haunted people on the way. Yeah, lots of ghosties, lots of haunted people. So here we go. Let's see. And as we were talking about on Monday, the game definitely borrows a style and even like these movements are reminiscent of God of War to me.
Let's pick one.
Totally.
See where it takes us.
And we got boxes to smash. I love a good box to smash. We got items to pick up.
Got mushrooms.
Lots of mushrooms. You need those for your rituals. And it looks like over here is a place we can take a little nap and see one of my favorite sequences in the game, which is like the rest animation.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite sequences in the game too. I love just resting for no reason, just to watch it.
Yeah, it's very cool. Well, I think we'll let people see here in a second. So I found this campfire. You find these campfires. These become like your fast travel points around the game. And you also have to rest at campfires to upgrade your equipment. You can apply your, so there's evolution, which is your skill tree, basically. And you can apply these points at any time during the game. But and I guess I should show this real quick. This is intermixed with powers that Antea has versus the Red, which is like Red's abilities. So that's kind of cool. It very much encourages you to be like using them in tandem with each other and switching back and forth. But then you also have your inventory, which you can only upgrade your equipment here at a resting site. I just picked up a new gun before this. I want to see if I'm able to upgrade that and what that might look like. And I cannot yet. Now, why a gun would be made more powerful by rubbing it with some lilac and a scourge accretion, that I couldn't tell you, but that's what I need. That's what I need. Yeah, there's some things in here that I'm a little like, okay. I'm not sure why flowers would help make my gun better, but anyway, I don't have anything to upgrade. But yeah, let's show the rest animation. So you also have these the decoctions. That's basically your healing potion. Those refill when you rest, and then you can also fast travel between any rest points that you've unlocked. I don't really need to rest, but I'm gonna do it because I love this little animation that plays when they rest. So yeah, these two are a couple. They're specifically not married. They mention early on in the game, but they are a romantic couple. They've been together a long time. I love the detail that she is the like professional banisher, and he's actually like still a banisher in training.
Thick skin and
he's her apprentice.
Have always been as fire and ice.
But here we're talking about some sisters. Oh, I guess this is like the narrator.
To keep the sisters together. A chasm of grief and rage yawned between them. Their bridges burned, and the camp stared into the abyss.
Oh no.
Yikes.
I guess I didn't handle things well with the sisters. So I feel like that was an outcome of like the way things went with a previous mission that I was on.
I did look it up, and that is actually the preferable outcome.
That's the preferable outcome? Okay, yeah, because that still seemed pretty bad. Although because we saw that, we didn't actually see the rest animation, so I'd do this again. I guess we sort of saw it, but usually it like shows her. Yeah, here we go. Now we'll see the whole thing. So because she's dead and she's a ghost, like, I don't know, I just kind of like the detail that she can't sleep. She's just got to like sit there and wait for him to get back up. And I don't know. It just makes them feel more real as a couple, and also makes the situation feel more grounded.
Totally.
Did you want to add anything to that, since you said you like it a lot too?
Yeah, I think it's funny. Like, I feel like the same way. Like, it's just her.
We're just the same person.
Watching over him as he sleeps, and also like her isolation and pain of not being able to sleep herself, and sort of waiting for the time to pass. And yeah, it's just. I think it hits too when you switch between them. I've noticed that when you're Antea, all of the atmospheric noise and environmental noise is totally muted, and you just feel her like distance from life. And I don't know, they've done a really like the choice to let you switch between the two. I think just really drives home the tragedy at the core of this relationship. And I feel like too, we're slowly watching Red come to grips with the fact that like, yes, it's all fun and games that Antea is back and we still get to hang out, but like she's dead, and I feel like it's like slowly sinking in.
Always wondered, was this caused by nature or by
so this game is so sad, but
really
fun.
I like the vibes of it a lot, though, and the character writing and stuff. I mean, that's what Don't Nod does best. I'm sure we'll get into a fight here at some point, and folks will see. I don't think the combat is bad, but it is definitely not a highlight of the game.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying going around exploring, but I also feel like at some point that's going to wear thin, and I'm going to be like, all right, let's just get on to the next thing. Okay, here we go. So, run into some baddies.
It's coming for you.
Okay.
Nice. I'm so bad at parrying.
I'm not even parrying, I'm just blocking.
I'm bad at blocking too. I'm bad at all of it.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Bam.
All right. Yeah, so anyway, this is what it looks like when Antea is in control. Is it Antea? Antea? Some characters say it different ways because of the accent. I've noticed.
I've been, on Antea?
Antea?
I don't know.
Red has a fucking delightful Scottish accent. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And there goes the PlayStation.
We won't be going this way.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Better bridges.
I don't know what's going on. I posited a dispenser that maybe there's a larger, like, just PlayStation connectivity issue, because I used my PlayStation all through Alan Wake and really wasn't like dropping frames or anything for the streams. But we don't have capture cards yet, so we're just using the PlayStation streaming to a computer and then screen capturing. So kind of at the whims of
These will be
the network's ability to stream the game.
Okay, it's funny. I'm in like the same point of the game, but I chose like it looks like Jamie's going down the path towards the Harrows. I went the opposite way and took the Fort Jericho path. So I just think it's funny.
There we go. I almost asked you which way you went, but then I didn't want it to influence my decision. I just thought the hamlet sounded more interesting.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
I'm still trying to figure out the different like types of specters and stuff, because it seems like there's ones that she does better against, and there's ones that he like are easier for him. Still trying to get a handle on it. Okay, so this you can find these around the world, and they like basically give you a tough fight, but you get materials and stuff for it. I love these little rituals. So you find different points where you can you have to have stuff to do it, but there's different things. Like this is the one that I just unlocked. I'm assuming you just unlocked too. Void traveling, where you can kind of travel through a sort of spirit realm, which also looks very God of War.
Oh my god, that was like the most God of War thing to happen.
And then the hearkening like reveals like memories, like areas that are imbued with a tragic or powerful memory. Make manifest forces ghosts or specters to appear, and summon scourge forces a scourge to appear. We've only encountered one scourge so far in the game. Mostly you're dealing with ghosts and specters. The scourges are like bigger creatures made up of a lot of spirits. So I'm really enjoying like all that lore of the different types of ghosts. Oh, owie.
Spectre, going for a meat suit.
Nice.
Oh, what is blasting me? Oh, come on. Oh.
Nope.
There we go. There's somebody here who's protecting them. What the hell?
I hate these guys.
Yeah, not my favorite.
Pirate skeleton guys.
I think there's somebody here that's protecting them too. When they get that symbol, I'm not sure. No. God damn it.
They're feeding off their own risk. Call on me.
Nice.
Yeah, it has a system where you want to like, you can like build up spirit points with Antea by attacking with red. God damn it, I definitely hit that.
Your funeral.
Oh, what the
Jeez.
All right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The nice thing about these fights, though, is that they fill your health things before you get into the fight, and then after if you win. So even though I'm using like I don't know what that is that's blowing me up.
The enemies are exploding when they die.
Okay. I see, and then there's that circle on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, is this the guy that's like fucking powering everybody?
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna die. No.
Oh my gosh.
Dodge!
You do great.
Thank you.
Away with you.
Whew.
Oh my god.
That was sweaty.
Nice work.
Woo. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little bit janky. The combat's just a little bit janky.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it.
Crunchy. It's not always feeling smooth. I don't always feel like the buttons are responding in the way that I want them to.
And the parry window timing can be really odd.
Yes,
like,
agreed.
Like, not in like odd, like I don't feel like I'm getting it. Odd, like sometimes they're like, why did that parry?
Did that.
But the other time it didn't parry, which isn't great. You don't want to be like questioning, like, I thought I got that, or I definitely didn't get that, but it gave it to me anyway, kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
I definitely
sentiments.
Yeah, okay. I definitely have been enjoying the combat more since they added the rifle. I feel like it adds a nice layer, and since I've been unlocking more of Antea's abilities, I feel like the game's a little slow in how it like doles that stuff out. I mean, as we said, we're 16 hours, and a couple of those, like the gun, I really didn't get that long ago. Antea's ability to like do that powerful move where she like throws everyone back, I didn't get that long ago. So yeah, it's a little bit of a slow start, but the deeper I get into it, the more I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
That wasn't good. There's also this factor where like this guy is it's a body that a specter is inhabiting. So Antea is like better at knocking the specters back out of the body. And then Red will do more damage to them once they're out. I don't love that she can't block or anything. Like your only option is to dodge. But it's fine. That's where I'm supposed to go.
So the game is set in New England. We're told we're not far from Boston. And it's like the late 1600s. So people have started to settle. White people have come to settle and colonize North America. And shortly before this, there was a conversation where the characters Antea and Red were asking, like, you know, where are all the indigenous folks? Like, why don't we see presence? And the person you're talking to is like, oh, well, this area is like super haunted, and the native people are smart and know not to hang out around here. So it's like all the white people are here getting haunted. And I'm like, part of me like, I mean, real.
Yeah.
But part of me is also like, Okay, it seems like an elaborate excuse to not have brown people in your game, but
yeah.
I know that I'm reserving judgment because again, even though we're 16 hours in, we're very clearly still in the opening chapters of the game, and so I'm reserving judgment until I see how things unfold because clearly they're acknowledging that fact so far, and so I'm like holding out hope that it's not just like an elaborate cop out. Of course, we do have a protagonist who is a Black woman, and like. I'm not saying that there's no presence at all, but I'm a little like, interesting reason not to include that aspect.
I agree with you 100%. I felt the same way. In the entire game, we've met one Indigenous woman so far, who is living in a white settlement, and you know she's Indigenous, but she's living out her life like with settlers. I don't know. Interesting choice. And she told us a similar thing too to what we learned when we talked to the person in the scene before this who gave us that explanation as well. So yeah, I don't know. It makes sense, but it's also feels like if we go through this whole game and never really... I'm getting my ass kicked because I can't talk and fucking do this at the same time. Yeah, it just feels like if we go through the whole game and that's we never get anything more than that, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed.
We're gonna have beef.
Yeah. It just feels like I have appreciated that there's been some like commentary, a bit of mention of like commentary around slave ships and slave trade. It's very much in the background, but it's, they're not ignoring that exists and would have been part of this world, even up here in New England, where people like to pretend that we didn't have anything to do with that. But yeah, I don't know. This isn't a game that's like, I think so far really trying to reckon with history. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think they're going to go more the like... I mean, yeah, I don't know what you think this, the core nightmare haunting is ultimately going to be caused by, but it seems like maybe it's more of like a Salem witch sort of situation than atrocities committed by white folks to... or, anything like that.
Yeah. So... we shall see.
We shall definitely see. There's something else I was going to say. Oh, I have been surprised by how much queerness has been in the game so far. Like, pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? It's a little what?
Well, I guess, I don't know, not to get too spoilery. It just seems a little down the kill your gaze trope path, of like, it seems like there's a whole scorned lesbian tragedy at the core of this like kind of villain origin story, which I'm like living for, of course. And yeah, I agree with you that like it's a pleasantly surprising amount of queerness. Well, there's been a story set in the late 1600s.
Yeah. I mean, there's been 2 key relationships so far, but they're both, one of the partners is gone, dead. But also, like, that's going to be, like, a lot of the people we interact with. A lot of the characters we interact with have a loved one dead. I mean, Red's romantic partner is dead. Our friend that died before we got here that was killed by the nightmare, his widow, who's left behind, is like a key character that you talk to in the town. So I don't know, like most characters we're meeting, their romantic partner has died. There's another woman that we met that her husband was dead.
That's true.
So it doesn't seem like it's specific to queer folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that that's it's a trope for a reason.
That's such a good point. It's like pretty much everyone with a partner is widowed or whatever in this game. So it's like if you have a dead partner, you achieved equality.
Yeah. The fact that they included it, I think, is nice. I also we booted straight into the game. But I really like the way they worded the screen. That's like they have kind of a content warning screen at the beginning of the game about the fact that like prejudice exists in this world and is going to be reflected. And I can't remember exactly how they word it, but I remember when I first saw it, I just thought it just seemed really thoughtfully worded.
The cave has been abandoned for a while.
And I appreciated that they acknowledged that, like, yeah, there are going to be like topics like racism and sexism and bigotry, other types of bigotry in this game, but we're also making a game, and so it's not, we're going to be careful with how we do it. And there might be things in here that aren't 100% realistic in either direction because it game. And we're trying to make something that acknowledges the reality that's still not super traumatic and horrible to engage with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciated that too. And I think, if anything, that's why my expectations might be a little higher than normal for handling it, because they did take the time to acknowledge at the very beginning that, like, this is set at a time where these prejudices were real. We're definitely not out here to, like, traumatize our characters with that shit. So, like they said, like, it exists, and also we've taken creative liberties because this is a work of fiction, I think is along the lines of how they put it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, like, that makes me think. So yeah, it just makes me think I'm expecting, like, if they're saying they're taking creative liberties, then, like, let's see some indigenous presence in your game. Like, it's not we're taking creative liberties and they just don't exist in this world. Like,
no, I mean, like I said, I'm only reserving judgment because of where we're at in the game, and I really think that if there ends up being really no indigenous presence in the game, it's going to be very disappointing.
Yeah.
Because even if they were staying away from this area because it's haunted, like, I don't know, like, they would fucking be around. We did find a battlefield. We went through a battlefield where there had been a very major fight between a local tribe and soldiers, basically moving people off the land, where the soldiers got their ass beat. So it's showing up in ways like that, but yeah, only one character so far. It seems like we could.
Like there's witches in this game, and they've taken the very cool approach of being like, the Salem witch trials are totally like humans being shitty to each other, and those are just regular people where bigotry and fear is like taking over. And these witches are like real, like connected with the land, connected with nature and animals, and like drawing from the power of the earth to conduct magic.
And all white.
And they're like white women. And I'm like, why don't we see some like indigenous witches? Because anything that we've learned about the earth and the power of the earth and being in tune with the earth, we've taken from indigenous teaching. So like, why are you guys also like white ladies? Like, that's just one example of where I think, we could be seeing more of that, because these witches too kind of are able to skirt these haunted lands and have found ways to stay safe within this world and walk between places. And so it's like, okay, missed opportunity in my opinion. But anyway, I'll stop. We could enjoy the game.
I think it's valid. I wonder what our conversation will be when we get to the podcast recording, and if anything will have changed in that regard. Because the story does keep going in unexpected directions. Like, once I'm into a quest, there's been things I've been able to predict about what's going to happen, but like the order of the quests has been unpredictable, and like where the overall story is going to go next, I haven't. Oh.
Get the hell out of there!
I'm working on it.
Think you could take on a ghost? Sharp enough.
No.
Well.
Ah!
No!
Get the hell out of there!
Okay, I'm trying. Ouch.
this on for size. I feel like a bloody target practice.
Oh.
Oh.
Get lost, won't you?
Oh, him.
Good old ghastly concretion. Gotta have that. Oh my god, the amount of Bibles this game.
Oh my god, I was just about to say. But I mean, it's not like you can read the Bible, it's just there's Bibles littered everywhere.
This is a King James Bible.
Yeah.
This is a King James Bible. I'm like, oh my god, okay.
I get it. These people are out here praying.
Yeah, I was getting a little like, we've moved on beyond like that first town where everyone's like super Puritan and it's like making you read Bible verses left and right. Every other note is like a quote from the Bible. I was a little like, what's this game gonna be about? But clearly that was like these settlers are really on one, aren't they? Kind of message more than anything else.
They were. A lot of those folks are Puritans, you know, coming for their better life. Just push everyone who's already here aside. I mean, they were, it was like they were religious, like, weirdos.
Yeah, they were.
That was why they left England to begin with. Like, they were too much for
That's
over
true.
there. So they got tired of being treated like weirdos, so they came over here instead. The Ill Mouth. This keeps coming up. That's what this valley is called by the natives. This is a long one.
Deborah.
What? Oh, school teacher of New Eden, September 1687. Yeah, I don't know if Deborah ends up being. Is she the nightmare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deborah's the nightmare.
Deborah's a fucking nightmare.
Deborah's a fucking nightmare.
But there was already something about this area that was like keeping spirits here. So with them saying like, oh, the natives called it the Illmouth and they wouldn't settle here. Like the stuff that happened between Deborah and the Newsmith sister seems to be much more recent than that, right? Like,
well, the nightmare thing was also recent.
Yeah, but there was already something about this land
Nightmare
that
has influence here. We should be careful.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'm not sure on the timeline here. Like, when did the natives decide that this area was the Illmouth and move off? Like, that sounded like it was more of a historical thing based on what the witches were telling us. So there was already something about this land that was tainted. And then it seems like that's what allowed whatever happened with Deborah to make her a nightmare? Question mark?
I mean, my interpretation was that it became tainted because the settlers came here and brought all their bullshit and their evil shit. And so maybe it's been like several years, but like this place is haunted AF, I feel like is fairly recent. Okay. That was my interpretation at least.
Okay.
The landscape here is more pleasant. There are fields and pastures and better weather.
Can you feel the warmer air?
I don't feel it, not really. But I know it's there. If I focus, I can still see the beauty of the world.
I'm tempted to think the warmer air means a warmer welcome. I suspect I'll be wrong.
Trust that instinct, young apprentice, for it will serve you well.
Okay, let's see. This is the right way, I think. Have to grab the shinies. Look at these big bad boys. Cordyceps.
Yummy yum. Oh.
It's about to shoot.
Bam.
Oh. Oh.
Is that the sound of a corpse cocking its gun?
Sure is. Oh.
Nice.
It feels good when you get the parry, even though I don't always understand why I did it.
Yeah.
Suck on that.
Raith.
Oh.
Whoa.
Suddenly I can't manifest.
That's not good.
An area
Something
affected by a
magic
ghost
hinders
ward,
me.
which prevents ghosts from manifesting. While inside this area, you are unable to switch to Antea and use her abilities. Find the ghost ward and destroy it to recover her. Okay. No, come back.
My baby.
Love of my life. If she can't manifest, we can't rest. There will be no resting. I'm guessing
I'm
it's a...
still hindered.
Oh!
There must be another ward nearby.
Okay, but that was one. That's what they look like. Oh.
Better. Thank you.
These
You're
wards
welcome.
look fairly new. A witch?
They look
Witch?
like Seeker or Ceridian's work. Let's be careful.
Well, we only know 2 witches, so it's a lot. Big wide world of witches out there. Oh, I already have. Banished. No. I don't really use that. I'm gonna go with that one. I feel like it's pretty impressive how good this game looks. A lot of fucking games. Oh, there was just this. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I haven't looked into all the information. But apparently, is it in France, wherever they're located? There's seems to be some concern that workers not being treated 100% well, like overwork kind of a situation. Based on, I think there was a survey done of like the union
Oh.
Again, so I'm like repeating something that I heard on a podcast badly. Okay. I want to look more into it before we record the episode, just so I can share a little bit about it. But it sounds like they might just be like mismanaging a bit.
Mm-hmm. At Don't specifically?
Yeah, because they do so many different games. What it sounds like is happening is people are being like, they finish a project and they're just getting shifted over to another project. And there's just like a lot of like constant, they're just always working on something.
Right.
But yeah.
Burnout?
Yeah, burnout and people getting overworked and not necessarily feeling great about all of the work. I'm trying to remember. It was kind of funny because the survey was like saying like it was like 30 or 40% of people responded like mixed or negatively to like how much they liked their job at Donut, and it had turned in like this whole thing in this. I want to say it's in France, but it might be a different European country. And it was the Remap radio crew talking about it, and they were kind of like, I mean, of course that's serious. We want people to like their jobs and like feel like they're being properly taken care of, but like in America, like the idea of 40% of a workforce being like, we don't feel like we're appreciated is kind of like par for the court. You know, it's like,
unfortunately,
yeah. So it was just kind of like the context of it was a little like, yeah, no, that's real, and like they should fight for their workplace to be what they want it to be.
From the inside.
And also, like, it's sad that this feels like such small stakes compared to
right,
a lot of companies around here.
Yeah, it says they have offices in Paris and Montreal.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was the Paris branch that there was stuff coming out of. But it didn't sound like, again, not trying to belittle it at all, it didn't sound like it was like harassment or some of the more serious things that we've heard. It was more like a culture of overwork and some crunch and churn, which isn't great.
Right.
And maybe speaks to how they're able to make something that looks this good when they're such a, a relatively small studio. They put out such a huge variety of games, though. I mean, these are the same folks that, I mean, not the same development studio that made Jasant. Like,
right.
It's just, it's wild.
Yeah, such a stylistic and mechanic range.
And it's clear this is pulled from the work they did with Vampire. And just
I've read that it's a spiritual successor to Vampire. Like it's supposed to be in like kind of the same world as Vampire.
How do I get in here? Am I gonna maybe find that key?
This right here is why we've been playing for 16 hours.
Yeah. I'm totally lost. I don't even know what my objective is. Yeah, look, I took a wrong turn somewhere. I was over here. I was literally like 5 feet from this fucking objective, and somehow I'm completely off on a different path now. How do I even get back? Oh no, okay, so this is just saying this whole area. Somewhere in here is the thing I'm looking for. What am I looking for, though? I'm exploring the Harrows.
We're just exploring, okay.
I'm just exploring the Harrows, okay?
So you're exactly where you need to be.
Yeah. There's no such thing as, like, the objective. I'm just doing it. Just question mark this one. Let's go. Let's see what's over here.
What now?
Whoa.
I can't help you from here.
I'll deal with it quickly.
Oh, that's not good.
Devil take it.
When she said she couldn't deal with it, I'm assuming there's like something.
Like another ghost ward?
Yeah, that's my guess. Whack, whack, whack. Yeah, I wonder. I didn't see anything. Maybe it's in the house.
I
Yeah.
can't help you.
Okay, hun.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I pressed the button. I just need you here. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can't. I'm gonna have to break that first. Is there any point in climbing up here? Doesn't seem like it.
Can you just destroy that with your sword?
It looks like the one that she has to destroy. That's like reinforced with metal.
Yeah.
I don't think I can go up there.
Oh.
Yeah, you would think I could just,
Like jump over that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that house I want to get inside of.
Oh, you can shoot that.
Oh,
thing.
yes, you're right. Good eye. Okay. I didn't see any... I know I can go that way, but I want to go back down and get that chest. Again, 16 hours. There we go. Definitely worth it. I have 167 witch stones.
Nice.
But had to open that
there was
chest.
something in there.
Where?
There was a shiny behind you.
A shiny behind me.
To the left.
Oh.
Right there.
Got some silver. I have not bought a single thing from a shop.
No, me neither.
I've looked through their wares. Oh, that's not true. I bought a treasure map thing. I can't figure out where those fucking lead to, though.
Yeah.
Those are confusing. Those are not my favorite.
I'm too gay for those maps.
And maybe that's my problem. I don't know. I can't fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
They had those in, like, the Red Dead games where it's just like, here, we drew you this picture. Just go to this place and get the treasure. And I'm like,
where?
No.
Yeah.
I could not possibly figure this out. It's like, well, if we get that far, that'll be a guide. I'll use a guide for that.
Yeah.
If I decide I want to do that. Although, I tell you what, they fucked this shit up with Vampire too. So as we kind of like said at the beginning of this, there's kind of two main choices that you can take the game in. You can decide that you want to banish, or not banish, help Antea ascend, or try to bring her back. There's a bunch of decisions you make throughout the game that will build towards that choice. So, like, you have to play the entire game to pick one of those endings and make decisions that will support one of those endings. There's a fucking trophy tied to both of those different endings.
Oh, damn.
Which means you would have to play through the entire game twice to get the platinum. And they did the same thing with Vampire, but Vampire was a 20-hour game. It was still annoying, but... Like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna replay this entire game. Like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
people don't want to spend 80 hours, and this game is not designed to be replayed. Like,
I'm going to need a hand here.
Not in my opinion. I don't know.
Right. So much of the compellingness is rooted in, like, say, moving through the phases of grief as with your characters, or like figuring out what's going to happen. Like, yeah, it kind of takes all of the tension out to redo it entirely just for that.
Oh, look what I found.
Oh, there it is.
There she is.
The mascot of, can't wait for the King James Bible plushie to come out.
I'm back.
Banishers branded.
Oh, a farmer's diary. Will and I argued the frost has not yet lifted and will be late in planting.
Uh-oh.
There's no more entries, so perhaps they did not get back up. Sad to say. All right.
Off we go then.
I love when you first get that move, how excited she is about it. Like every time you
Yeah.
use it, she's like, I love doing that.
Yeah.
Like, all right, hun, calm down. So many little character details, though, they put in here. Like the fact that he doesn't like crows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That crow squawked and it made me think of that. But yeah, there's just a lot of little stuff like that.
Yeah.
This needs to come back this way. Just moving carts. And I moved the cart too far. Okay.
Dang it.
Saw something in the tree. But I did not. Faith is dead, and now these creatures are roaming around our farm. I barely escaped and found refuge here on the heights, but I don't know how long I can hold out. No one will come for me. Oh, Lord, have mercy. And you left your Bible in the house. Sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks.
Can't even be comforted by the words of our Lord and Savior in their final moments. Oh, I found the key.
Oh.
Ah, bury the lead there, game. I feel like I should just be able to jump in there.
I know, right?
But I guess not. Ooh, a new gun. It's got like a wild looking stock. Rifle damage is increased by 100% against wounded enemies.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. It significantly hurts my wrath damage, though. Jesus.
What even is your wrath damage?
Wrath is what gives your manifestations damage.
Oh, you can hover over them. I was sitting here like, what do these mean?
Yeah, it took me a little bit to figure out that you could do that too. I was like, well, this is all great. I have no idea what any of that does.
Yeah.
But I guess I just want the numbers to go up. I can handle that. And then then realized also I hate this. Like this shit fucking let me use the D-pad.
Mm-hmm.
This is some Ubisoft ass menu shit. I'm like, no, let's not do that. Okay. I think overall this is better. So we're gonna go with this one. Plus it's a higher level.
And it looks cool.
It does look cool. Alright. I read all that stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah. We're farmers and we're sad.
That was the gist.
Also, the way he squeezes through spaces is very Kratos.
Oh yeah. Yep. The entire animation of his body. Like I said, it's not like they ripped off any of the larger aspects of the games, but they were like, okay, that animation that Kratos does when he's moving through, Red is just gonna do that. That was pretty sweet. Yeah. It's like I guess you can't really. I mean, I don't think you can't. It's not like you can copyright that or anything. It's just a little strange. Maybe that's why we're enjoying the game subconsciously.
Yeah.
in this too, like all that, the way the camera pushes in around them as they do it. I've discovered the farmlands.
Yay.
I feel like where I was just at was the farmlands. This doesn't look like farmlands. Are there farmlands up ahead?
Are they?
It's a gravel pit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Well, in the...
Incredible. Beautiful, too.
There's some ghosties down there to fight. We're like not going to see any story beats in this stream, which I guess is okay because we're kind of, we're a little bit into it. We don't want to spoil anything for people, but it's just funny to me how much of this game is just wandering around in the woods. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn. Oh.
I can't.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, there's another one right there.
Ask for help if you need it.
You say a wee Highland kiss for you?
Yeah.
I'm right here, you know.
Okay, but I got it.
Don't Nod interviewed with Play Magazine in November of 2023 and shared that they decided very early on to take the rebooted God of War series as the main inspiration, particularly with the game feel and how close the camera is to the character,
Something has me.
says Felipe Moreau, who's the game's creative director.
Very nice. Yeah. It
makes sense.
It's obvious. The influence is there. I like that they acknowledged it at least.
Yes, yeah.
Like, yeah, they're not trying to be like, what? No.
What a weird coincidence.
Yeah, we don't see it, but that's cool.
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here.
Something's nearby.
Where is it? I am warded. I cannot.
Double checking. Oh, there was one of these on the Witch's Island. Oh, fuck no. I'm not going through the void right now. Am I gonna have to do that? Oh, okay. Oh, I got all the words. Boy, I sure wish I had any clue where I was actually supposed to be going. They put you in this big area and they're like, just figure it out. Somewhere in here.
You have fun.
Somewhere in here is probably the thing that you want. Yeah, that other void fight I did kind of sucked. I don't think I want to do that.
There is a path once I fade away.
Not right now, anyway. So to the right, seems like. This is where I came from, isn't it? Oh no, I guess not. Excuse me. I wonder if this will have New Game Plus, though. I feel like that
would be cool.
That would be about the only way I would consider replaying to see the other path.
Yeah. Totally.
Even then, I don't think I'm probably going to want to invest that kind of time. There's just too much stuff to play, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, if all your progress and all these random, like, Spectre Nest kind of things and skill points and all that kind of carried over, can be cool.
Yeah.
Picking flowers.
It's interesting, also telling you if this is boring, but like this game was built with Unreal Engine 5, which is the same engine used to build Ghost of Tsushima, and it's sort of like it's popular because it utilizes a lot of like automation and AI to, for example, generate characters like NPCs or generate environments on its own without engineers having to code it. So it really makes it possible for smaller studios to create these really rich, beautiful, lived-in worlds similar to the scale of God of War. I mean, Santa Monica Studio has their own proprietary engine that is like unique to them that they've built, but like you can make a game like God of War with Unreal because it has all of these built-in tools that are designed to make you able to create a world like this at scale. I just think that's pretty cool that like a smaller team can create a world like this with less like manual overhead and effort. Even though of course it calls into question like AI in general, pretty scary.
Yeah.
Used for something like this, kind of empowering.
Yeah, I mean, maybe my understanding is, well, it's certainly flawed because I don't work with it, but Unreal being an engine makes it more of a tool set than just like it's. I don't know. How much is the system like fully developing the character designs and stuff versus a staff member? Because I do like. On the one hand, that is one of the arguments that gets used like in support of AI is like, but look what a smaller group of people can accomplish. And on the one hand, it's like, oh yeah, that's cool that such a small dev team could do something like this. But I guess I'm just like, but should they? Like, right? Like, shouldn't something that looks this good require the time and effort of like a team of people who now have jobs? And I don't know, it's
Right.
I don't necessarily fault the smaller studios for being excited about tools like that, but it's just capitalism is gonna find a fucking way to abuse that, and that's what's scary, and why I think ultimately we've got to put value on people doing the work.
Absolutely. Well said.
Yeah, I don't know. So I didn't know that Unreal Engine. Well, I remember seeing like that demo where like there were all the different like character models, but I guess I just don't understand. I don't understand the difference between that and then like some of the more generative AI tools that are like, oh look, here's the like 8 pictures that I had an AI make of me that I'm posting on my Instagram. Like, I don't understand enough about AI to understand that whole scope and like where we should be drawing the lines ultimately. So I'm definitely not as like just not. I don't understand it as deeply as I potentially could, but
yeah, right.
That's my AI hot take. But that's interesting. I mean, Unreal is like very pervasive engine used by a lot of companies. I don't think I don't have what I need yet to destroy those vines, right?
No, you don't.
What did you just gasp or something? What just happened?
Oh, I don't know. I probably just had a hiccup.
Oh, okay. I just heard like a.
Yeah, the vines, we can't destroy them yet, and That's another frustration I have with this game is there's lots of, you can't get past this obstacle right now, so you're gonna have to come back later to get behind it. And there's like so much of that. I get it. And
Metroidvania elements, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't even where I want to be. Yeah, a little like, okay, you couldn't just fucking give me a waypoint here for this section. That feels rude. Okay, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna see what happens if it directs me back in. Because I don't think I should have to go through that void. I can't tell if that void is like, oh, you're gonna have to void walk to get to the next section of the game. Nope, here we go.
You'd never know by looking.
Nice.
Sheesh. I don't feel like that section needed to be self-navigated. I feel like they probably could have just given me a waypoint. I don't usually, I'm doing it a lot on the stream because I want to like get through places, but a lot of times when I'm playing games, I just walk because
Same.
I feel like it's immersion breaking to me that the character would be running everywhere.
Just breakneck sprinting everywhere.
Yeah, like so I tend to run more when I'm playing on the stream, but that's not, well, that's what I was wondering, but I didn't think I had a good angle at it, did I?
Draft from the invisible.
I don't think, yeah.
It didn't
seem like, yeah.
I felt a draft.
This drives me crazy sometimes too. Looking for
finding for the wisps. Yeah, it's
like,
it's fucking New England. There's like fog everywhere, and they're like, find the blue wisps, and it's like, get fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess once again, I'm not where I need to be. I am once again asking you to give me a waypoint that I can actually follow. That sure doesn't look like I can drop that. So what? Do I have to go around somehow?
Is it just me or?
I felt it too.
Okay, now this was literally just another path up here. What am I missing? Oh.
Oh. If only we could wade through knee-high water.
If only. Ah, there.
Ah.
Jesus.
Nice.
Well, must be one on the other side, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I bet when you shimmy down, there's probably, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yay. We solved the bridge puzzle.
Us and bridge puzzles.
Yeah.
The Alan Wake one.
Yeah. Just thinking, yeah.
All right. Look at this. So we've gotten to the story content just in time for the stream to end.
Little cliffhanger to get everyone to buy the game.
Yeah, I really am liking it so far, though. Like, I'm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Clearly, I'm like obsessively going around clearing everything out.
Yeah.
I just need like a week off of work, please.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can actually just finish it. What is this supposed to be with the writing on it, you think?
Like a witch's chest.
Okay.
Because it has those runes that the witches write, and there's witch stones in it. So I'm assuming it's like witches left it. I don't know.
That's a fair guess. Witches just putting their chest in this random ass mill.
I don't know.
Why not? Who can say why witches do the things they do?
Yeah.
Right. Hello? Anybody home?
The village is
Knock,
full of
knock.
ghost lords.
Uh-oh.
They're afraid of something.
Maybe the ghosts everywhere?
Cause no trouble.
Yeah, you're just talking about how it's wild that this place is like safe and seems to be like not affected by the nightmare, and then you're like shooting down all their ghost words. Like, what's this
Yeah.
up for? I can't bring my dead wife with me?
Anyone?
Get this out of here.
Where did they go?
Uh-oh.
Of course, there's nobody here. Can I have a drink?
Knock, knock.
Have you gotten to the Fort Jericho yet?
I'm like right about to.
Okay. I'm
So.
curious if that's going to be empty too, or if it's...
Yeah.
Hello. Just coming through your homes, taking all your shit. Oh, good, a Bible.
Yay!
They really are everywhere. Don't mind if I do. Oh.
That's locked.
Dang it.
There must be a key.
There must be... Not like, I probably shouldn't take that.
Right.
That's probably not for me. This
That's
chest.
definitely for me.
It's definitely for me.
Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Fairfax Haskell, isn't that the mayor of the town?
Yeah.
Friends, found
Oh.
fortitude in our success. Exiled from our homes by the devil's machinations, we congregate before the Lord in this new meeting house. We gather, we worship, we overcome. And we shall be well protected by the holy ward my son now makes under my instruction. For I have spent hours countless in your service, poring through books and papers,
Something
devouring
seems
the
sus
oeuvre of
already.
my peers,
Mm-hmm.
that our meeting house be safe.
Fairfax Haskell, for whom the word pompous was invented.
Half built? Yes. Open to the four winds? Yes. But already it is resplendent with our faith. A shining reminder of our renewed belief in better days.
I'd stop him in his track.
Mr. McCraith. I thought you. What
You thought wrong.
happy portent? What most excellent news?
Think I was dead?
What blessings? I applaud your valorous deeds. O fate, I say, dead sir, I thought you dead.
Maybe I am.
Do not make light of such matters, my friend. for the
Yeah, I know
devil's wrath is
that
right
joke
on
did
it.
not play,
His
Red.
cause stretches at our
Not
day.
the audience for that. These people are starving and
Read the
terrified.
room, bruh.
I promise.
Well, you'll forgive
friends,
them if they
I shall deliver this sermon another time.
don't believe you.
Battle with the devil's legions is ongoing, and Mr. McCraith and I have much to discuss.
That
Thank
doesn't
you,
seem... Seems a little
Lammy?
demonic.
Lammy? The boy's name is Lammy.
Love that.
Behold this miracle of ours, Mr. McCraith. Exiled we, yet in our darkest hour.
Oh, well,
we
when you
find
first
a
meet him in
moral
the main
vigor to
town
build
in New
this
Eden,
humble
he says that
monument to
it's
resilience.
like a little like, I've done a little banishing myself.
But no man would speak
Remember,
of
he's like
darker
says he was a
matters.
demonologist.
Oh,
We,
right. So this is going to get fucked up real fast, I think.
Probably.
There is much work to be done.
And because then Red and Antea kind of talk about, like...
Yes.
It's like he's read about it. Like a demonologist has like read and studied about it, but doesn't actually understand how to do it in practice.
Yeah.
So there's someone who like, basically he's a scholar who thinks he can apply what he's learned, and probably not a safe thing to do when we're dealing with spirits and stuff. I'd rather not talk about my dead wife with you, dude.
Talk about it.
Blessed is the man in whose spirit there is no guile. When I kept silence, my bones waxed old through my roaring all the day long.
What are you quoting at me right now?
I'm so sorry for your loss. Grief is a journey, long and painful, but you do not walk the road alone, I promise you.
And there comes a time when you must let go and walk on alone.
Now you guys are having two different conversations.
God healed my wounds. May you too find peace. Now, I regret that even at this most burdensome time for you, I must move with haste to business and beg once more for your help.
What's going on? It must be serious if you're asking for my help.
Since your defeat at the meeting house, the devil, heartened and emboldened, goes from strength to strength. He insinuates himself among my people, reveling in the suffering of the disease he unleashes upon us. It pits one against the other. Suspicion tears this community apart once again. All this to weaken my people and lead them away from the light of God.
In times of disease, you need doctors, and I'm no doctor.
We'll not treat the symptoms, we'll tear out the root. An agent of the devil walks among us. A witch! You must find her, or him, as it may be. You and I share great expertise.
Watch it be his son.
I'm a man of position. Well, you, sir, are much more familiar with field work.
Well, even if it's his son, if there really is a witch here, they're probably what's keeping them safe. And not whatever dumb shit this guy's doing.
That we may expunge this evil malady from our body politic.
Okay.
All right, we'll pause it here. But yeah, I guarantee you this guy's gonna end up being the root of all of their problems.
Yeah.
Because he just seems like the type. I do appreciate, well, I guess, you know, we're only so far into the game, but how much that kind of that main quest before this was around like people survive when they take care of each other. Has kind of been a core tenet that's coming up in the game.
Truth. Yeah.
And so people getting like overly fixated on religion or you know, kind of other things outside of taking care of the people around them, or what seems to be leading to demise. So
yes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as the game continues. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe and ring the bell there on YouTube so you get notified whenever we go live here. We'll be back next week. Right now planning to do both Monday and Wednesday streams next week at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But until then, if you want more pixel therapy in your life, you can find us over on patreon.com/pixeltherapypod and your podcast listening platform of choice. We're going to be back so soon with some more pixel therapy. Bye-bye.